Hi everybody, Randy here, and I'm really excited to welcome you back to the Back 9. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing another new model from Mizuno's JPX line. That model is the JPX 921 Hot Metal Pro Irons. I'd like to give you a little bit of info to address some of the comments I've gotten in some of my episodes. I'm 61 years old. I've had 7 knee surgeries and both of them have been replaced now. My average driver swing speed is around 88 to 90 miles per hour. My average drives are between 220 and 230 yards. My handicap has fluctuated this summer between a 13 and a 15. So just keep that in mind when you watch my reviews. I don't smash a driver 300 yards plus like many YouTube reviewers do and then try to tell you this club is good for the average golfer. I'm just an average golfer and I try to do my reviews aimed at the average golfer, at the majority of golfers. So in my last episode, I reviewed the Mizuno JPX 921 forged irons. For a profile that's more like a blade, it's small, I thought they were amazing. Their distance, their ball speed, even their forgiveness were all excellent. The only thing for me is, I was a little intimidated by their size. That doesn't take away how good those irons are, but I couldn't play them every day. The Hot Metal Pros are a little bit bigger and a little bit chunkier. They kind of sit in between the forged and the regular hot metal. But they performed just as good for me as the forged models did with more forgiveness. The entire Mizuno JPX 921 irons are really good looking irons. That includes the Hot Metal Pros. So if that's important to you, go take a look at them. I'd be happy with these in my bag. And I'm a visual golfer, so I have to like the way they look, and I have to especially like the way they look at a dress. So if I saw that small blade size from the forged models, it would intimidate me on a regular basis. Just as I don't like looking down at a dress and seeing a huge chunky iron. So these look good at a dress and they'll look good in your bag. As you can see in these pictures, they have a medium top line and a medium thick sole and just a little bit of offset. This year's 921 Hot Metal Pros do feel better than the 919 models from last year. There's definitely an improvement. Now, I've never been a big fan of the chromoly material in their cast clubs. But this year, I can notice they're a little less clicky and a little less loud. As far as most cast iron goes, these get like a B+. If you like what you're seeing in this review, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that notification bell so you'll know when my next episode goes up. If you'd like, go back and look at some of my old reviews. There's some valuable data in there on recent equipment. If you like any of those, give them a big thumbs up too. This all really helps me out here at the Back 9. Thank you. Performance-wise, the 921 Hot Metal Pros perform great. I really can't emphasize that enough. On GC Quad, when you look at your numbers, they're all incredibly consistent. I'm talking about launch angle, spin, peak height, carry, etc. There's very little difference in those numbers from shot to shot. That speaks a lot to how good these perform. The numbers I got on GC Quad from the Hot Metal Pros were very close to the numbers I got from the forged model. This is interesting because the Hot Metal Pros are strong lofted, as you can see by the chart. They were very easy to launch. They reached a terrific peak height, and that gave them plenty of stopping power on the descent angle. These irons produced terrific spin numbers, the best I've hit in a strong lofted iron this year. And I think that spin with slower swingers like me really helped me launch the ball and get that great peak height and stopping power. The Mizuno 921 Hot Metal Pros want to go straight. They want to go high and they want to go long. They have terrific forgiveness, both in dispersion and distance. I was amazed how far some of my mishits went and how not so offline they were either. They were that good. Let me give you some of my averages from hitting the 6 and the 8 iron in a session on GC Quad. First, the 6 iron. My ball speed averaged 119.9. That's extremely fast for a club for me. My launch angle was 16.9 and my peak height was 96.9. Spin rate was 51.46. And my average carry with the 6 iron was 173.2 yards. So let's move on to the 8 iron. My ball speed with the 8 iron was 114.3. My launch angle 20.9 and my peak height was 104, which gave them great stopping power on the descent angle. My spin rate was 66.37 and my average carry was 155.4. All these numbers on the 6 and the 8 iron are at the top of the list of any clubs I've tried this year. As much as I loved the 921 Forged and their soft feel and their great performance, I like the Hot Metal Pros better. I can give up a little bit of feel and sound for the performance these irons gave me. You know what? In my opinion, I could see getting a 5 and a 6 iron in the regular Hot Metal irons. Now, you can do this because the regular Hot Metal and the Pros have the same loft. So the Hot Metal long irons are really easy to hit too. So get that 5 and 6 iron in the Hot Metals and then 7 through pitching wedge in the Pros. That sounds like a great set to me, and I'm even considering trying them out. During these crazy times, I really hope this video finds everybody healthy and staying safe. If you get a chance to get out and play, you're standing on that first tee, think of one thing: hitting them straight. Thank you very much for watching.